The importance of LinkedIn in my career, Michelle. Where to get the professional and networks in your field. Yeah. That is how can I monetize my skills on LinkedIn? That's an interesting one. Keep them coming, keep them coming. Let me share my screen so that we can now begin. We'll go through a brief presentation and then we can now get into the hands-on. So if you have your laptop next to you, you can also try and walk along. You can try follow through as we continue. So let me know whether you see my presentation. Kindly confirm. Anyone confirm that you are able to view my presentation?
Yes, we can view the presentation.
Oh, okay, thank you. So basically, I hope the echo is no longer there.
It's okay now. No echo.
Okay, thanks. So basically today we are going to go through the platform, the LinkedIn platform. Last time we talked a lot about job search, and we promised that we will go through the LinkedIn platform. So I've already introduced myself, and the areas that we're going to go through are we'll do a LinkedIn platform walkthrough. I'll take you through job applications on LinkedIn, and then we'll also cover improving your skills with LinkedIn Learning, how to network on LinkedIn, and then building your personal brand on LinkedIn. So those are the key areas that we will focus on today. So I want to ask to be free and tell me, why do you think you need LinkedIn? Do you really need to be on LinkedIn? Do you really need to be on LinkedIn? Anyone? Or what are you hoping to achieve by getting on LinkedIn? Michelle? Do we really feel we need to be on LinkedIn, or what do we know about LinkedIn so far?
Hello.
Yes.
My name is Shakira.
Yes, Shakira.
So do I really need to be on LinkedIn? Yes, for professional. I think some of the reasons people get into LinkedIn is to build up on their professional profile.
Yes.
LinkedIn is a platform whereby a lot of professionals go to. So for someone who is into the professional world, or maybe doing freelancing but they want to do it in a professional way, LinkedIn is the space to go to, because at this point, with the kind of technology that we have,
Yes.
what happens is people always want to know your social media handles. People get to know you actually through social media. So LinkedIn will provide, it's a very good platform when someone wants to build on their professional profile. Yeah, so that is a reason why I could be on LinkedIn. And then also, of course, to search for better opportunities.
Yeah, to search for better job opportunities. Yeah. Thank you very much, Shakira. I see Mary. Mary, feel free to unmute. I see your hand is up, Mary. I think maybe there's a problem unmuting. So basically, LinkedIn, like just the way we have Facebook, we have Instagram and all other platforms. Now, LinkedIn is basically for professional. It's like a social media platform for professionals, or a platform for only professionals, and anything to do with different professions. So just like we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn for professionals. And in most cases, you won't find a lot of unnecessary content or unnecessary information on LinkedIn. And how you can leverage LinkedIn is you can even create a QR code that instead of you having a business card, you can just share out your QR code, and people are able to scan your QR code and get to your profile directly. So, and they are able to see as much information as they need from you. So as we go through the presentation, we are seeking to answer this question. Do you really need to be on LinkedIn? So this is just a brief about LinkedIn. For those who have followed LinkedIn, you'd know that LinkedIn did not start as LinkedIn. There was a website called lynda.com that was bought by LinkedIn and then converted completely to LinkedIn. So that was way back in 2002. And basically, why it's important for you to be on LinkedIn is here is where employers are, and a lot of recruitment happens here. Because if you look at the package in terms of how much the employer pays to be on the platform, to recruit on the platform, it's a lot. Hence, any job you see listed there is valid, because the subscription is normally around 15,000 per month. So you can imagine someone listing jobs there, they have to use the platform to recruit. So that is one thing you need to know. And then, of course, LinkedIn helps with your professional reputation. So when you get on LinkedIn, you brand yourself professionally and leave out anything else that is not professional, because even LinkedIn themselves may flag you, may be able to flag you if you are maybe listing things that are inappropriate, that should be on other media platforms. So it's a key tool for job seekers and business networking. As you may know, we have 2 pages on LinkedIn. So there's the personal page and there's the business page. So if as we go through, we'll still answer that question, that how do you maybe brand yourself or brand your business. There was a question around also how to leverage on your skills so that you can be paid. How do you monetize your skills? So we'll also touch on that. So reason number 1, it's a professional. Why should you be on LinkedIn? It's a professional networking, for professional networking. So here you'll meet people in your in the same line of career as you. For example, if you're in HR, you'll meet various HR people, and the good thing is it's global. So you can even interact with people who are not in Kenya, and it gives you good options when it comes to getting mentors, getting potential employers, and even clients. Then, of course, it's a job search and recruitment tool. You can have your online resume. Basically, it's like an online resume for you that you don't need to, you can only share, you can even share just a link, and your potential employer is able to view. It gives you industry insights. So you're able to get as much news from different industries. You're able to get updates. We have even various newsletters that you can interact with and get as much information as possible. You can use it for personal branding, which we'll be able to cover as we go through the hands-on. Then we use LinkedIn for skill development. So how many of us have maybe through the emoji? How many of us have gone through LinkedIn Learning or have done a course on LinkedIn Learning? By show of hands. None of us has done any course on LinkedIn. Belinda, good. How many of us have tried to just go through a course on LinkedIn Learning? So on LinkedIn, we have a section for LinkedIn Learning where we have very many courses that you can go through. Yes, thank you, Bernice. We have so many courses you can go through, and they have certificates. And the good thing is there is a 1 month free for every LinkedIn user. So you can try it for a month, and then if you feel it's worth the value, you can now pay in the next month. Then we have recommendations and endorsements. On LinkedIn, you can reach out to, let's say you are friends with people in your class, you can reach out to them to give you recommendations or endorse certain skills that you have. So let's take an example that maybe you are good at recruitment and you have a colleague that is able to endorse you for that particular skill. Then it boosts your profile to potential recruiters. It offers networking opportunities, so you can be able to network with different professionals on the platform, which you'll be able to view. You can showcase your portfolio, the things you've been able to do. We have a showcase page where you can even list the different services you offer or products that you offer. Then global reach. So through the LinkedIn profile, you're able to reach as much people all over the world just through the LinkedIn platform, because we are all connected on this platform. I'll skip that. So you can allow me to now go through the actual. Let's go through the LinkedIn profile. I'll use my own. So please confirm you're able to view. Even by show of hands, you're able to view the profile. Okay, thanks for that confirmation. So this is how the profile looks like. This is the LinkedIn profile. Just like Facebook, you'll see this is where the posts will appear. So here, you'll have, let's say, the different groups and newsletters and organizations that you're following will be, whenever they post anything, it will appear on this homepage. So anything that you follow, anything that you like, will be able to appear on this front page, and you can be able to react to it through, you're able to like, celebrate, insightful, and comment whether it's funny, etc. Then on your left side, it shows statistics. So how many profile views have you received? How many post impressions? So how many people have reacted to the posts that you've made on the platform? Then here you can find the pages that so these ones are basically businesses that you would be managing. Then recent pages that you've interacted with. Then we also have groups. So if you are a member of any of these groups, you can be able to see them here. Any events that you've been able to. Charles, Beverly, you can confirm with Charles. I think he's saying he can't hear us. Then we have events. So here you can also create an event. Let's say you have a training or you have an event, you can also create it here and have people join through the platform. Then, of course, the hashtags. So this is the home page. And here it's like this area is a feed of people you might be interested in following, or people or pages you might be interested in looking at. So up here, you are able to do a post. Just like Facebook, you can also post on your own. So maybe we can take an example. I would want to try and post something. Let me try and post just for your benefit. I would want to post this. Let me post this photo. So able to post it and have some information added to it. Maybe get our offer today. Then you post it. The moment you post it, this will appear on the people following you, and it will also appear on your profile. And you can also save. These are the other options you can copy this link and share it on WhatsApp or other social media platforms. So this feature is interesting because you can use this feature to create different articles, to write different articles, and instead of creating your own website for a blog, you can be able to use that feature. Let me just show you how it appears. So these are the posts that are on the page. So like this is an article that we did. You can also, if you are passionate about something that you want to talk about, you can also use this feature to post. Maybe instead of opening a website for a blog, you can use this to be able to share some of the insights you have still on the platform. And the good thing is you can get insights on who has viewed. So if you can go to view stats here, you're able to see these are the number of impressions that you've gotten from the post. This is the number, 42 is the number of times the article has been viewed. And then the people who have viewed your article, here is where you can find them. So HR, human resource specialists, founders, and project managers. And then it can also give you more stats. If you are a premium member, then it will give you more statistics around this. So that is how to also use the platform. Allow me to just go back to the home page. So LinkedIn is a powerful tool. So we've talked about how you can post. You can even post a job here. So you can choose which platform to use to post the job, and then you can post the job here so that you can have as many people applying for the job. It also helps in pushing people to your profile. Then if you want to write maybe an article, a similar article to what I showed, so you can create it here on this page. Then you can also create a newsletter that, let's say, every month you can release a newsletter as yourself about maybe things that you're passionate about. Any question till that point on the front page? Or we are good?
Yeah, on the we have nothing on the chat, but I believe what we have covered has answered the question Bernice had raised. How
Okay.
to create an attractive LinkedIn profile that any employer won't ignore.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that. Then, so that was the front page. Then there's this, my network. So here is where you can view people who have any invitations or people you might know. So here is where you come and follow, connect, ask to connect with the different professionals in the industry. So it will give you, if you check, up here, people you may know from College of Human Resource Management. So it even classifies for you the people that that went through the same school that you went through, and you might know because of your association with the school. Because of the industry, so business consulting and services industry, it gives you the people that you might be interested in connecting with. and different pages. If you want to subscribe to the different pages, you're able to subscribe to those pages. The groups that you might be interested in. So this is how you get to understand various, you're able to connect with various professionals and various organizations and industries. So this page is basically just about your networks. You can create time and have a look at this, or if you are on your laptop right now, you can also view. It gives you quite a lot, so you can connect with very many people. Up here is where you go to accept any new invitations or reject any invitations that you may have. Of course, here we have the different connections, the contacts that you have, the people you're following and followers, the groups you are in, events, the pages that you followed, and the likes. Then allow me to go to jobs later. So we have messaging. So messaging is here. Just a moment. So here is the messages. So here you can reach out to the different, allow me not to show because of privacy. So we have various messages that in most cases, in my experience, you find that recruiters go through your profile, and then if they like your profile, they're able to contact you directly. So you'll find them messaging you through this message feature. So they'll even attach a JD for you to have a look, and then they ask you to now apply or give you a link to apply. So as we all know, as we are searching for jobs, you should be careful. You should do a bit of research. So assume that, let me go back to my networks. This is just to show you how you can briefly carry out some research. Just a moment. Just allow me to use this. So you can just go through their profile. You can click on the organization or the profile. Let me use another example. So assuming you've gotten maybe a message from an organization or a particular individual, you can quickly just go through their profile and look at the followers that they have, the number of connections they have, and see whether they are active. Maybe when it was the last time they posted. You can see this one was active a week ago. You can be able to see their profile in details. So that is if it's an individual. If it's an organization, you can click on the organization itself. Then you also look at the same features, whether they have followers. And you can even get to know, because here you're told it has 200 to 500 employees. So if you click there, it will list for you or everyone who has ever listed that they're working at the organization. So this is another way of connecting with these people. Let's say it's an organization that you would want to work for. So let's take an example. Let's assume I want to work at a KCB group. So a way of getting to know the organization and getting to connect with people within the same organization, you go to the KCB group page, and you're able to view the page. You're able to view the about section. So this is also a check that you can do for different organizations that may reach out to you to apply for. You look at the activity in terms of how often do they post. Like this one is 21 hours. So you can easily tell whether it's a legit company or not. And you can go as far back as possible just to ensure that it's not someone just trying to maybe have you send some money to them or something. Then here you can be able to view the jobs that have been posted. So any job that is available and has been posted, you can view it there. Then we have people. So these are is a list of people who have worked or are working at KCB. So this is basically an analysis. It helps you understand where these people are. So in Kenya, you'll see that we have 5,000, and it has also broken down in terms of where they studied. So you might find maybe most of them are in University of Nairobi, Kenyatta, and all that. So these are just statistics that are on LinkedIn that can help you in your job search and in your networking. So if how many of them are in finance, sales. So through this, you can easily tell how many people in KCB are in finance, how many are in sales approximately. So it gives you a bit more insight. Then what skills do they have? So being a banking industry, of course, customer service will come at the top, then banking, then financial analysis, and then other analytics. Then what they studied, most of them studied finance, and then how you are connected. So first, second, and third. So first means you are connected directly. A second means you're connected through one person, and then third means you're connected. You are like the third. You are 3 people away from this person who is directly connected to KCB. So that is how what helps you to understand. So down here you'll get the list of people working at KCB. So like you can see this one, we have Samuel. So you can ask to connect with them, and it's always good to be courteous when you're connecting with them. Ensure that you are friendly. When you connect with them, they'll be able to, you can send a note to them. You can add a note and tell them you want to connect with them for a specific reason, or you can send without. It's always good to send. If it's someone that you don't know, you can send a note. So that's how you can create your networks in a specific industry or in a specific organizations. You can make friends that way. So this is just another example, like Equity. We want to see whether they have any job posts. Like for Equity, you can see they've posted this job, so you can go and check on the job there. And also they have the section for life at Equity, and then of course people, just similar to KCB, the KCB page. You can also see how many people, how many staff they have, and these statistics. So this information helps you to make certain decisions, or helps guide you on how to connect with the different professionals in the industry. Any question around that before we go into the next section? Irene, are you able to hear me? I hope I'm audible. So that was just how to do a bit of research around the organizations or people who might contact you. So you just go through to their page. You can even know by clicking learn more. You're able to, if it doesn't take you to the exact website, then it means most likely these people are not legit. So through this learn more, you can be able to know a bit more in terms of whether the organization is legit or not, so that you are not catfished or people don't extort you online. So you need to be careful. So allow me to now, of course, we have the notifications page. This is just where notifications come in case of something new you should know about. Then I want to touch on LinkedIn Learning before we can go to the jobs section. So LinkedIn Learning, you access it by going to this icon. Then you select LinkedIn you select learning. So as you see here, there's a start free month. So you can, as I said, there's a free month that you can make use of. The only catch is you need to attach your ATM card to it. So the moment you can attach a card that you don't actively use. So if, let's say, the card has like 500 shillings, the LinkedIn will just charge the card to see whether it's active and then refund the money that it has charged. And then you can make use of this free month. So if you check on the different, it has very many courses. If I were to take an example of finance, you see it has over 78 courses in corporate finance. We have 43 on personal finance. If you were to touch on human resource, you have like over 134, 137, yeah, courses that you can get on the platform. So like, and what you need to also look at is in terms of, you can see the length of the course. So we have so many courses that you can take up. So let me take an example of this change management for HR. So here you can preview, you can do a preview of the course. So this is just a preview of the course. They have very good content that you can go through and learn. And for you to have, what I suggest is you do the free month. Don't buy a course individually because it will be expensive. So because if you buy this course at 2,000, it means you'll only access this course, but for you to access all other courses for a month, you can access them at 3,000. I think it's around 3,500, and you access as many courses as you want. So for this course, you can look at the course description, and these are the different modules within the course. Some have quizzes, and then of course there's the certificate down here. So there are some that have more than one certificate. There are some that have just one certificate. And the moment you complete it, you're able to attach your certificate automatically to your LinkedIn profile. So it adds it as a learning, like learning qualifications. So this is also another sample where you can look at the course. You can see this one has 2 certificates. So there's one from SHRM. I believe we all know SHRM. They provide CPD points. And then we have this one, HR Certification Institute. Also, this is also an accredited one. So you can take advantage of this. These courses are very valuable, so you can take advantage of it and learn a bit more, just to enhance your skills. So assuming, let's say you're not good at maybe HR analytics, so you can get as many courses around analytics, and you're able to learn as much as possible. And after that, you get your certificate also. On the side, you can save it for future, or you can look at the courses that you've learned so far, etc. Any question? Any question, guys?
The chat is clean.
Okay. I hope guys are understanding. I hope. Okay. Irene, I can see you raise your hand. Just unmute and speak. Irene, we can't hear you. I don't know. Probably we've lost her. Yes, Irene?
Yes, I wanted to inquire something.
Yes, go ahead.
In most cases, when you apply for a job,
Yes.
The recruiters normally ask for certificates from recognized institutions.
Yes.
So I wanted to know whether those certificates are certified.
The certificates on LinkedIn, not
Yeah.
not all of them. Like the last one I've shown, these are certified in institutions. Let me just go back. Probably not certified in Kenya, but they are recognized. Let me see, which one did I choose? Yeah, this one. Like, for example, SHRM, if you are to follow their website, this is recognized globally. This is an organization that is recognized globally. So once in a while, they sponsor courses on LinkedIn. So if you find that they've sponsored it, then they offer, it's a recognized course. So it depends on the course that you find. Not all of them have the same certification. So for any course that you do, you'll get a LinkedIn certification, meaning LinkedIn will offer you a certificate to show that you've completed. But in addition to that, we have other courses that have more than one certificate. Like, for example, the one that we looked at, SHRM sponsors this particular course. Yeah. And this is one of the accredited institutions in HR globally, which you even have membership for this. Sorry. And so basically what I'm trying to say is that not all are recognized, but some are recognized. And in most cases, these skills are just to better yourself, because it's highly unlikely you'll get maybe a course that is accredited in Kenya that deals with maybe a specific area, just one specific area, like let's say HR analytics. I don't know whether there is one that is accredited, and if there is, it would be very expensive to go through. So basically, this is just to improve your skills, and the more skills you gain, then the closer you get to your job, as we will see in this next page in the jobs section. So I'll take an example of let's see. Let me try look for a HR job. So this is the job section. Just allow me to go to this section first. Because of the skills that you acquire, let's say on LinkedIn, down here you'll see an analysis of how you match that particular job. So it will tell you 5 skills match your profile. So meaning you need as many skills as possible on your profile, and LinkedIn will assist with that. So the more courses you do on LinkedIn, or the skills that you add on your profile, then you'll be able to match the jobs better for recruiters. So, and if you are a premium member, then it will even give you much more information in terms of at what level are you. It can even rank for you. It tells you of the, maybe like for this one, 100 applicants have sent in applications. So if you are a paid user on LinkedIn, it will even tell you the number that you are. So if you are maybe number 50 among the applicants according to your profile, then it will also give you those insights. I hope I've answered you, Irene.
Yes, you've answered my question.
Okay, thank you. We had another question before we continue. There was someone else who had raised their hand. Okay, so we can go to jobs. So under jobs, there's this section. So there's this section that the jobs that you've applied, there's preferences. So here is maybe what you need to set this area in terms of what preferences you have. So in terms of job alerts, what kind of job alerts do you want to get? So let me just open this. There's open to work. So here you can set the job titles that you want LinkedIn to be highlighting for you. So if you want on-site, hybrid, or remote jobs, if you want locations, Kenya, Singapore, Canada, you can add as many locations as you want so that it can be filtering for you these jobs. So that if you want jobs just in Kenya or just in maybe Nairobi, I think you can even filter in terms of the exact location. So if you want just Nairobi, you can filter so that when it sends you email notifications, it sends according to that criteria that you've set. Then when do you want to start? So you can start immediately. So meaning you're actively applying, or flexible, you're just casually applying. The employment types that you're looking for, you can set whether it's full-time, part-time, contract, internship, or temporary. Then here you can set visibility. Remember, many people are on the platform. So if you are open to work and maybe you have your employer or your HR manager there, and maybe you are afraid they may feel like you want to leave the organization. So you can come here and say only recruiters should be able to view that you are open to work or you are looking for a job. So meaning if you say recruiters only, there's this badge here that is normally says open to work. It will not appear on anyone who is not a recruiter. But if you say all LinkedIn members, then all LinkedIn members will be able to see that you are looking for work. So you should be cautious about it, so that you might be going to the office and wondering why your boss is not so happy with you. They've seen that on LinkedIn you are looking for opportunities elsewhere. Then, of course, job alerts. So you can set the jobs that you want to be alerted. So you're able to set alerts for jobs that you want. Then, of course, you can verify your profile. So you can verify your profile through this process. You normally see the check or the tick icon. So you can use this to verify your profile. Just a moment. Let me refresh the page. Then there's this bit of demonstrate your skills. So here you can do some tests to demonstrate your skills, and then it will be able to update on your profile. So you might find that, let's say if it's sales, they ask you some questions as you go, as you answer. If it's HR, the same. You're able to be asked some questions as you answer, and then that will boost your profile after you're done. We also have a section on interview preparation, so you can go through this section. This is standard for everyone, so it's just certain areas that you can go through, but you need to unlock it, because to unlock the answers or sample answers, you need to be a premium member. So you can take advantage of this if you are a premium member. Then, of course, there's a resume builder. Then we have a job seeker guide. So this one is also similar to the one that we've looked at, but just a brief guide when you're looking for jobs. Just a moment. Just a moment. We go back. Then this is the area that I want us to also look at. This area is where you upload your CV. So you upload your CV so that you can apply for jobs on LinkedIn, especially the Easy Apply, which I'll show you shortly. So there are these options: save your resume and application data. So here you can say yes, and then share your resume data with a recruiter. So ensure that this is saved as on, so that any recruiter looking for people with their certain skill set, then they'll be able to get hold of you or look at your resume. So that is just in terms of the settings on the jobs page. So in terms of searching for a job, you can come here. You can be specific. Let's say you want a human resource job, or and then you can specify where. So you can even look for jobs outside Kenya. Let's say, let's take an example of Cyprus. You can look for jobs even in Cyprus. You can see HR officer. And I know many people who have gotten jobs through LinkedIn just by doing this. Don't feel as if you're in Kenya, then you can't land a job elsewhere. I know of many people who have landed jobs outside Kenya, and in most cases, even remote. So there's also the option of remote here. You can choose if you want a remote job. So you can get a job maybe working elsewhere in another country, but remotely in Kenya. So you, like, after filtering this, you can see the jobs that you can do in wherever you are. Like, this is a recruiter for this company. So let me just walk you through how to still check and see whether they are valid. So when it comes to applying for jobs on LinkedIn, there are two ways to apply. We have the easy apply. You can see this button, easy apply. And then there's the normal where you're told just apply. So for easy apply, you can, of course, there's the save icon. And then let me just do a brief about this page. So here you can share this with colleagues, copy the link, and then this is the data in terms of this role. It's a mid-senior level. The company has 1,000 to 5,000 employees. It is in the IT industry. The skills required, these are the skills required. And then if you are a premium member or if you are a paid member of LinkedIn, you would be able to message the recruiter. Yeah. Like right now, I can message this recruiter and tell them I'm interested in this role. And then you can attach, you can share, maybe you can do a brief write-up and then share it. The good thing is also you can attach your CV here. So you directly are contacting this recruiter. So if, let's say, I want to attach my my CV, I attach it there. And then we're able to send it to this particular recruiter and tell them I'm interested in this role, so they can be able to reach out to you directly. So that is how you can bypass all. This is just to get the recruiter's attention directly. Then this is the breakdown in terms of the duties and responsibilities. And then, of course, down here, you can see how you match. So 5 skills on your profile match this job, and then 5 skills do not, you're missing 5 skills. So you can tweak your profile to be able to address that. Then if you are trying to also find out more about this organization, you already see we have 100 applicants. So you can you can click on the organization's link here. So at this point, you're able to view the organization. You can see it has 119,000 followers, and these are the employers. Just like what we did on the KCB page, then we're able to do on this page. You're able to see the organization in terms of what activity they do on the platform, whether they're active on LinkedIn. You can see in terms of what the organization is all about. The organization, you're told it's in Limassol. It was founded in 1990 and it specializes in IT. You can also click on this link and now go to their website and see whether it's actually a real company. So you can go through the profile, look at what they do, the services they offer. And as you're looking also at their website, a check you need to make is this. you see at the top here, ensure that every site that you're going through has this security certificate. I hope you can see it. So if you want to quickly tell whether the person, whether it's not a correct or a legitimate company, when you go to their website, you'll find that they don't have this S here. Yeah. This S is a security certificate that you normally have to buy from service providers, hosting providers. So this just ensures that the website is secure and is not a risk to anyone accessing it. So that is a check that you need to make. In case you are not sure about the website, just check up here. You'll see that we have this security certificate. Ensure that the organization has that. So this is basically for you just to check the organization. And in some cases, you might find they've also posted the job on their career page. Yeah. So that is also a way of telling whether the job is legitimate or not. So let's try and see if this particular job is there. So let's go back. This job was just a moment. This job was Recruiter HQ, so it must be under HR. Yeah, so I think it must be this, if I'm not wrong. Let's see. Let's view the job. Let's view the job. So, so for this one looks a bit different. The requirements, experience in company. This is, okay, those are different jobs. So that's just a check you can do. But in some cases, you might find they have not posted on their website because they're using the LinkedIn platform, because they're already paying for the LinkedIn platform. So you'd want to have all applicants in one place. So this they can opt to post on LinkedIn to get a certain number of potential employees. So this is just how you can check to see whether the job is legit. And when you go to their website, the other things you can check on are the news section. So to see whether they are active, they have an active blog and all that. Yeah. So basically, that is how to check. So let's go back to our application. So we've already checked that the organization is a legit organization. And if you check up here, this job was reposted. This job was reposted. So meaning they likely did not get the person they are looking for. So you might want to look at the skills in your profile to ensure that you improve on the skills so that they match this job so that you can apply. So we talked about the two ways of application. So the easy apply, you just click easy apply, and then you are clicking next. You just click next. It will already give you the CV that you want to use. If you have a different one, you can click on it, or you can still click on this. Then you go to next. So depending on the organization, they can ask different questions. Like this one, they're asking you, what is your level of proficiency in Russian? So you can say whether you are proficient or not, your experience, and then you go to next. Then you can review. So they've asked you how soon can you start? So can you start immediately? Yes or no? And then you can review your application like this way, and then you can submit. So that is the easy apply. You can see how short a period it takes for you to apply for that. We can try one more. Let me look for one that may have different requirements. So still the same, you'll see the details in terms of the job. So like for this one, you can see it's only 3 applicants who have applied for this job. and it was posted 1 week ago. So it means it's a very good job for you to try out, given that still you will be the 4th person applying for it. Yeah. So you look at the qualifications still, and then you're able to apply for the job. Yes, Belinda?
Hi. So I attended another webinar, and there was also a HR professional who was there, and
Yes.
she sort of advised that the easy apply option on LinkedIn is more
Yes.
so like a formality for the company, just to show
Yes.
that it's advertised, but ideally they have already found their candidate. So I don't know if that is true, or just maybe just demystify.
I would highly, because organizations are different. I'll give you an example of let's say Kenya, isn't it? We have government institutions with websites, isn't it? And they post, like the Nairobi County government has a page for jobs, isn't it? But do you know anyone who has applied through the platform and the job and the application went through till the end? And also, do you know anyone that maybe got a job through that? So basically what I'm driving at is it's very dependent on different organizations. If you ask me, if I'm going to pay 15,000 per month to recruit on LinkedIn, because having this easy apply button, it means that the recruiter has paid the subscription for the month. So I don't think I would be able to pay. I don't think I'll be able to pay for that subscription, yet I'm not able to use this particular feature, because on the back end, it gives you a list of all candidates that have used this platform, that have been able to apply for that role. So I would highly think that it's dependent on different organizations. Not all organizations are that way. There's some organizations that post for a formality. Like, for example, in most cases, our governments do that. You find that they already got someone and they're just posting for a formality. But I would highly think for a private organization, especially if they're paying for this service, most likely they would use this feature to get employees. And in my experience, I have a number of people who have applied through the same way, including myself. I have applied using the Easy Apply, and I've gotten interview call-ups. And just remember that also many people do apply. And let's say my profile does not meet, like the way it is here, it does not meet by 5 skills. It means as much as I would apply, I may not be the best candidate because my profile does not meet. Because on the back end, the system is able to classify and rank all the people and be able to rank all the applicants. So you might find there are many applications, but maybe you're not successful because your profile did not match the profile. But I would highly think that unless maybe a one-off where organizations have such kind of behavior, but maybe one-off, because Easy Apply is a feature that is used for paid versions. So you can't pay just for it to be there, especially if you're a private company, unless there's a lot of collision on the back end. So I hope that answers you, but that's just my perspective. Maybe different people have different experiences, but in my experience, I've seen it work multiple times, and it's an easy way. It's a way that LinkedIn came up with to ease the application and have many people apply on the platform, as opposed to having people go outside the platform to apply. And of course, we touched on this aspect of messaging the recruiter. Just to increase your chances, you can message the recruiter telling them you're interested in this role. You can type here your message or your cover letter and attach your CV here. Then you're able to reach directly to the person recruiting, who is this one. So also you can check whether this person is legit. like this one has 12,000 followers. I'm not saying followers is a sure thing, but it can guide you. It can guide you in terms of whether it can give you some insights to make an informed decision. I hope I've answered you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, welcome. So I want us to, let me go back to now the other way of application. The other way of application is where you're asked to, you click apply. So still you'll get some insights like this one. You can see this is compensation and benefits manager. We have six applicants, but you can see it is 1 month ago. And it may be active or it may be inactive. So you can look at whether you qualify, and then you can, when you click apply, so this is the other way you can apply. So this one redirects you to a page where this company wants you to apply using. So you can say which location are you applying from, you can select there, and then you can use your LinkedIn. You can apply using your platform where you'll be required to log in, or let's say you can use this, the ATS. So this is where the ATS comes in. When you're asked to upload your CV in such a position, in such a requirement, then you can make use of the ATS because it quickly, just allow me to pick one. Just allow me to pick one. Just a moment, allow me to stop sharing and then I'll just get back to it after I've selected the one that I want. So as I check, you can still, if you have a question, you can still ask. I've gotten one. I've gotten one. So let me share my screen once more. I hope you can view my screen. So you can go to one that, so you click that, then you upload. So the ATS will be able to analyze the CV. It will pick the names as they are on the CV. You see, it fills for you in most requirements. So that is why you need an ATS CV. It makes it easier for you to apply. So like for this role, you're asked to upload. So it's picked the different, like your email, your phone number, your current company, LinkedIn, and all that. So the rest you can fill because these are things that maybe are not within the CV. Because I don't think in your CV you can't include your notice period because it might change from time to time. So this is just the other way of applying. So you come here, you apply for this particular position. We can still check. So different organizations have different requirements in terms of application. So like, let's see for this particular one, what do they need? So for them, they'll just ask for these details and then you upload your cover letter and then the other details that are required. Then you can also upload here your CV. So like for this one, if we were to upload this, let's see. For this one, it still requires an ATS, but it doesn't lead to anything, meaning when you upload the CV, it does not use that data to fill any gaps on what is required. So you need to look at it that way. So if it does not require such, then you can use maybe a colored CV that is better, it will give you better results, especially if it's a human being or a recruiter looking at the shortlisting on their own. So those are the two ways of doing applications on the platform. And I believe we've also covered how to maybe try and see whether the job is a legit job or not. We've been able to also filter and look at jobs that we may want. So if I were to filter it again, you can look at the different jobs that are listed there. Let me try and change it back to Kenya just to show you a certain statistics. So if you look at this down here, you have two connections. So like, for example, in this company, NG Energy, I have two connections that work here. So what can I do with this information? I'll be able to go, you can go there and look at, be able to find, I don't know why it's not selecting. Just a moment. Or it's expired. So you can go, I'm trying to look for one that has, there must be a problem somewhere, because you should be able to click here and find the people that maybe you are friends with on the platform, and you're able to reach out to them. Maybe you need to inquire on something. Yeah, because just a moment. Yeah, here it is. Sorry, I was clicking in the wrong direction. So what you need to do is you click on the job, then you come here where you're told for alumni work here. So meaning people you've maybe studied with, so you can be able to see them here and you're able to connect with them. So I can ask for them, we connect with them, and then from there you can start off a conversation around it. The same with previous ones. So you can still come here, look at the two connections here. So people that are connected with you, so you can be able to tell, okay, so and so is a friend, and I can message them to find out something about the organization that I'm trying to apply for, or just to find out a bit of information or a research or the likes. Any question at that point?
Jose, no question on the chat, but
Yeah.
Matang Muya says, I think it's a mindset in Kenya that to get a job, one must have a connection. It's also misleading for a HR professional to insinuate adverts are formalities, as organizations already has identified an internal or someone. I have recruited, know many people who've got excellent jobs through LinkedIn, newspaper, and other sites. My advice: always apply for a job.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that comment. Still, as that, just whatever I had said earlier is, you know, that fact that easy apply is not used. Those are just things that are very selective. Even various advertisements that we have, you'll still find that maybe there are some that maybe are done as formalities, especially in government, as I had mentioned. But in most cases, you need to take that chance, because the moment you feel like, okay, things are already fixed, then you won't even apply for the opportunity. So what I normally say is go beyond that, ensure that you put in an application. Put in an application, and then you'll be able to you'll be able to now, they normally say the number of shots you miss all shots that you don't take. So if your application is not there, then you are not even up for selection in case there's a recruitment. And in most cases, I'll even Coach Muya will tell you that in most cases, getting a job occurs in very weird circumstances. Assume you've gone for an interview and you are the three of you. So let's say you even come in number 3. So assume number 1 was offered was given an offer and it was less than what they are getting, or maybe they were given a counter offer where they are working. So it means they won't be able to come for the role or take up the role. The second candidate, maybe they already got another role, or they are not able to give their notice is too long. Then you are the third candidate. So assume you never even showed up for the interview, or even if you showed up with the mindset that, this job already has someone. Then most probably you didn't give your all when you are doing your interview. But if you did, and the organization does not have time to go back to recruit, then that is how you get your job. So that's how sometimes jobs come up. I'll give you an example. Even myself, there's a job I got, but it was because of the timelines that you find that there's a tight deadline that we need to fill this position by a certain date. And of the people that applied, I was among the first that applied. So they just did a shortlist. They just took the top 10 and interviewed the top 10. And that is how you get the job. So ensure that you're among the first people. Ensure that you are in the game. Ensure that you are there. So that is what the advice I would give you. So thank you. Maybe let me go to the profile. Now the final bit will be the profile. So looking at the profile, it depends on various aspects, but this section is important. This section is important. Also, your tagline is important. I know I need to change mine. It's been there for a while. So ensure that whatever is here is something that communicates what you do. So this is part of branding. Ensure that whatever is here is part of what you do. So I'll ensure that you get the right size for this, and then you can create a banner that communicates what the kind of professional you are, or what you want communicated. If it's maybe a service that you are selling, or you want displayed there, you can work with this banner and change it to communicate to that. But as much as you've written it here, you need to also write it here. It might look like a repetition, but the truth is search engines can only look for this section. Whatever appears on your profile cannot be searched. So this is basically for those who get to your profile. Let's say someone visits my page. They'll see strategic partner trainer, enabling success through people development. But if I don't include it here, then it means most likely if people search for me, or search, let's say someone wants to search for a HR consultant, they can't get it, and I've listed it here and not here, then most likely they won't be able to get me. Then, of course, we have the about section. Ensure that you have an about section. The about section looks appealing and communicates what you do. So if you are dealing with service, you can list your services there. If maybe, let me use an example. If, let's say, you are in a career, you can be able to, in the about section, you can list your career highlights here. And then your specialties here. And then, of course, you can list your key results and contributions here, your achievements. The same way, you can ensure that you list the different organizations you've worked for. And at the point when you're listing the different organizations you're working for, you need to also check whether these organizations are listed on LinkedIn. Because I'll give you an example. There's some organizations that maybe you worked for, but you had listed them before on your profile, but now they were not on LinkedIn, but they're now on LinkedIn. So you need to get back to the platform, and then you look for the organization and add it there. Of course, you change the employment type, maybe it's full-time, your title, the location, the type, whether it was remote or not, the start and end, the industry, and then you're able to list the description. And then down here is where you add the skills. You add the skills that need to be. So let's say data analysis. So you're able to add that skill there. So this is where you come to add the skills that maybe are missing from a job that you're applying for. Then down here, you'd see there's a section. Sorry, I went too fast. So that is the experience, then the education. We have education and any other education that you may have listed. Then let me go back. Then any licenses or certifications. So if you are a IHRM member, you can list it here. Any skills that you have. And then down here is where we were talking about recommendations. So you can come here and ask for people to give you recommendations. So ask for a recommendation. Let's say I want to ask for a recommendation from someone I know. So let's say I'm asking from Richard. So I can say, I can click continue, and then I can tell them these are the different areas that you can select. So you can say they mentored you, when, at what point, and then you can have a message to send to this person to give you a recommendation. So that is how to ask for a recommendation. The other way of the other thing you can do is give recommendations. So here you can come here, give a recommendation to someone maybe you know. I'll still use Richard. So I can come here, continue, and then I talk about how the relationship you have, what position, and then you give your recommendation here, and then send. So the moment you send this recommendation, it will appear on this person's profile down here. It will appear on their profile down there. If you have any publications, you can add them here. If you have any honors and awards, then the language, you can add it here, and any organizations that you have, and then interests and any interests and all this, you can find it here. Then the other bit would be, of course, on the right, you can be able to see the different people that anyone who viewed my profile also viewed the following people. Yeah. So these are just analysis that you could make use of. And then, of course, all the posts that we might have come up with, the posts, so you can look at any articles that we've come up with, you can still view them here. Yeah, so that is basically a brief around the LinkedIn platform. So I would like to go to the chats and see whether we have anything that was not answered, or anyone who has a question. Please feel free. Anything that is not covered?
On the chat, we have 2 questions.
Yes.
But
Yes.
one of them is, can you get a job on LinkedIn when you've just graduated with no experience but with a good LinkedIn profile?
I would say yes, because we have various opportunities on LinkedIn. There are jobs that, like I said, there are jobs that have a view, not quite a steep barrier of entry for certain jobs. So depending on what you're looking for, let's say HR intern, and let's see if we are lucky to have one. So like at this position, you can see this is 2 weeks ago. We have 53 applicants already. In terms of what is required, you can see this one, 0 to 1 relevant year of experience. So we still have certain jobs. If we were to look in a market like maybe Canada, you'll find that we have certain jobs that require not much experience. Some don't even need experience, depending on the job. So I would say clearly you can still get, but of course you need to get in at the entry level. It needs to be at the entry level in most cases. So you need to look at it in that perspective.
Hosea, if I add something,
Yes,
when
yes, go ahead.
when you're a new graduate, you can show competence or expertise in an area when you post on LinkedIn, because when you do a good research to post on your newsletter, it communicates that you have knowledge in that particular area. So even without necessarily having work experience, what you post can also sell you to recruiters. So it's important also to be active, so that when you share, the more you comment on what others have said, it gives you an edge, because someone is able to go through your profile and they can see that even without their working experience, you have a level of knowledge in which to recruit on an end position. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. And also making use of LinkedIn Learning. You can do as many courses as possible so that it can build on your skill set, especially if you are a recent graduate. I normally say if you are recently graduated, you take advantage of the time you have. What I normally encourage people is, yes, you've not gotten the job. But I normally encourage people, don't be anxious about getting the job so much that you even hurt your chances of getting the job. What you need to do is prepare. So if, let's say, I want a HR job, you need to start doing things that push you towards getting that job or preparing you for that job. So let's say I've graduated with a bachelor's in human resource management. Yes, I don't have the experience. What do I need to do to get this experience? I can get it through volunteering. You can get it through learning, or having a mentor or a coach to take you through. So a coach can come up with a program for you to learn all these skills. But the main thing you need to do is prepare yourself. If it's recruitment, how do you understand recruitment? Yeah. Do you understand recruitment from end to end? So you can take this opportunity, because I normally see people are feeling down that they don't have a job. Now they feel sorry for themselves. No, you shouldn't do that. What you need to do is prepare yourself for that role, because you can't wait for a job and then that is the time you are starting to prepare yourself. That, okay, now I've gotten this HR job. You now start asking, okay, how do I recruit? No, you do the things that you need to. You learn the things that you need to learn. You learn the things that are needed for that particular role. So that is what I would encourage you. Let's say you've just graduated in HR. You look at what qualifications do you need to get maybe a HR intern role or a HR assistant role. Then after getting to know what is required, you start working towards it. Then when maybe you get to that level and you've known everything that needs to be known at that level, you go to the higher level. Let's say it's a HR business partner, HR manager, you learn as much, because I'll assure you that in most cases, you are not always prepared for the role that you are not always prepared for the role that you, the next role. So what, in most cases, you'll prepare yourself, but you'll not be 100% prepared. So I would advise that you just take this opportunity, make use of the time, and learn as many skills as possible. I'll give you an example of myself. Just after my undergraduate, you find that you don't have work. There's not much you are doing, but you have time. So you can take advantage of this time. You can learn as many skills as possible. These skills I learned back when I finished my undergraduate. These skills really helped me even now, because there's some things I learned like e-learning, which I'm applying right now. And there are things that I learned maybe 10, 15 years ago. So you need to look at it from that point. Just take advantage of the time that you have right now. I would really want to encourage you to take advantage of the time that you have right now. As much as you don't have a job, you have time. So make use of the time to learn as much as possible to prepare you for the role that you are looking for.
Okay, there's another question asked Maganga again.
Yes.
To get and networks in the field.
Yes, sorry.
The question is professionals and networks in your field.
I think I'm losing you.
How to get professionals and networks in your field.
Okay, so how to get professionals and networks in your field. We'll still go back to this area. So depending on the field that you list, so like if we were to look at, let's talk about, let's see groups. If we go to the groups, here you can get various groups. So if you can look for HR, let's just see if we can find any. So like you see already, this is one group that you have. So assuming this was in Kenya, you can be able to view the page and you're able to connect to this individuals. Let me just go back to the connections. So like this is for certified public accountants. So here you can go to this particular page or group, and then you're able to link up with the different people within this group. So this is CPAs, LinkedIn Learning Group. So this is basically people who are on LinkedIn Learning and have a CPA, have CPA qualifications. So depending on the area, your field, I'm just trying to see if we can get more. Like this is Kenya ICT Networks. So here, this one has 18,000 members. So in this group, you're able to also connect with different people in the same field. You're able to follow them at this point. So depending on what they post and whether you're interested in them, or on this right side, they can also suggest, LinkedIn will suggest for you maybe profiles that you would need, you'd want to follow, etc. But the main one I would look at would be this area, this particular page of networks. So here is where you'll get the most the most accurate in terms of the people within your industry. So if you've said you are, like, for example, on my end, I had mentioned College of Human Resource Management. So you can be able to check out any other person who went to College of Human Resource Management, and you can see here 25 mutual connections, 42 mutual connections. So if I were to follow this particular one with 42 mutual connections, it's most likely that they would follow me back. Yeah, so that is how you can relate to them. So depending on different areas, the activities and all that. So that is how you can get. I hope I've answered that.
Yes, I think
Yeah, I think we are quickly coming to the end. I don't know whether there's anyone who has any question that has not been answered. You can unmute and share your question so that the rest can also learn.
we have,
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Michelle.
Yes, Michelle.
Wanted to know, apart from having a LinkedIn page,
Yes.
is it necessary to keep posting and reposting, or once I create my LinkedIn page and make it as beautiful as I can in terms of employment, is
Yes.
that enough, or do I have to post things and repost and all that?
It is important for you to be active on the platform, and you can. The best way would be to look at an area that you would have interest in, and you can easily maybe come up with content around. It's just like any other platform. For you to get that attention from maybe recruiters and all that, you can maybe at least occasionally post something, maybe once a month or as often as you can. So that one will help maybe showcase that you are an expert in that area or you have interest in that area. So it's important that you are active on the platform. That is what I would suggest, because also it drives traffic to your profile. Like I mentioned here, you have the profile viewers. So able to see how many people in the last 90 days, how many profile views did you get, and all viewers, it's able to list for you. So in most cases, if you come here and maybe find a recruiter that looked at your page, you can easily look for the recruiter. Let's say if it's a recruiter that was recruiting for a certain job, then you can easily have the insight to be able to reach out to them. So I would suggest that it's not a must, but it gives you an edge. I hope that's answered.
yes, there was
Yes.
by Belinda Keitani had a question.
Yes.
How to yourself as a specialist in a certain area to get clients? I think it's
Okay. That one. So how I would go about it is, we have on LinkedIn, we have two profiles. There's the individual profile and then there's the company profile. So allow me to use our company profile. So let me just let me see. Is it? So if you look at LinkedIn, if you go to this button, you can be able to, there are these options. So you can sell a service, post a job for free, advertise on LinkedIn and all this. But down here, there's company page. So if you want, let's say, to set up a business on LinkedIn, and to sell a particular service, you can come to this company page. Here, you have these three options. So if it's an education institution, if you just want to showcase certain pages or products, and then if it's a company, you can list it here. Yeah. So if I were to choose this, then you're able to totally brand yourself in terms of what should appear and what services are you selling. You even put your logo and all that. So allow me to skip that and just take you through to the finished product. So this is our page. So here you can do it as you can list this page. It's a company page, but you can do it as an individual. So here you are able to see the different analytics of the page and all that. But the main thing is you can use it to sell a service. You can use this to sell a service. Let me view as member. So still, this is a company page. So if you look at here, these are past events that we were able to do. So you can, through the company side, you can be able to list this. Or alternatively, if you want to use just your page, you can still use your page, but totally brand it towards that. So you can work on your profile here, the banner, to showcase that these are the services you're offering. Let me see if I have an example. So like for this particular one, this is just an example. So this one is a rider, a professional driver, and a firefighter. So you can brand it that way also. You can brand your profile that way. And then if you're selling a service, then you really need to be very active on the posts and activities. This section, you need to be very active in posting regularly your service. And like, for example, for us, there's this offer we had posted. So you need to really post as often as possible, write as many articles as possible in line with what you're offering, and ensure that everything that, however your profile looks like, it should always communicate whatever you are selling. But the best way would be to open a separate account, a company account that would be specifically for that purpose, so that you can still keep your professional profile and still keep the company profile. I hope that's answered, Belinda. Any other question that we might have? As we finalize on this presentation, I believe we've covered all this. So any question, any key takeaways that you've learned, you can share it in the chat. Okay, so I think we've come to the end. If we don't have any questions, I hope we've learned. I hope it was a session that has helped you understand better the platform, and we've been able to answer the question on whether it's important to have a LinkedIn profile or not. So as we finalize, there are these offers that we're still extending to the team for a CV revamp. So that is the ATS CV and a colored CV plus cover letter plus LinkedIn revamping at that amount, and we'll be able to share also in the WhatsApp group. And then there's still this offer for the Valentine's offer for LinkedIn at 1,500. This is also a list of other services we offer: career coaching, interview preparation, and resume revamping, and career coaching and interview coaching. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has attended the session. I hope it was enlightening, and I hope we've learned one or two things. And I thank you for your time. I know it's a Saturday, so I don't want to take more of your time. It's 6 minutes to time. Unless there's anything that is burning, I would ask that we can end it at this point. And thank you very much for attending.
Very much, Hosea. So I've shared the link to the WhatsApp group on the chat. Kindly join the group so that we'll be sharing more updates with you throughout the week, and then also the link to our LinkedIn page so that you can get also updates on LinkedIn. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. You're
Okay,
free
thank
to-
you. Thank you, guys. Feel free. You can also reach out to us directly. Feel free to reach out directly. We are there to always assist.